going to see him here just in a little bit. I want to grab him before he gets on the stage. Danny Beissel, how are you back there?
I'm doing great, Tim. Good to see you again.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. First of all, introduce this guy over here.
It's my muscle right here. It's my brother Pat.
Yeah, because Pat's out there doing some acting work too.
He was actually when I first started playing music. He was the drummer. He was the first drummer. Then he was my manager.
Well, you got to be excited about tonight then with the drummers. You ain't here to see your brother. Now I know why you're really here.
Yeah, I came for the drummers. Yep.
Yeah, because you got Joe Vitale, you got
Danny Seraphine, and Kenny Cetera.
Yeah, so you got some great. Then of course Danny Beissel on the stage.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, because you're out there. You're doing really well. Let's talk about the All-Star Vinyl. Is that
American Vinyl?
Yeah.
American Vinyl All-Star Band on Facebook. Go like it, love it, like it.
Yeah, because you kind of just do it, but you're with the likes of some guys, Skunk.
Baxter,
yeah.
Barry Gaudreau, Fran Sheehan, Mousy Thompson, Leroy Romans.
Yeah, you're talking about Boston, Steely Dan, and you never. I see all these different guests dropping in on you all the time.
Yeah. We had Slim Jim Phantom. Rick Derringer, the manager Bill Johnson always has. He always has certain rock stars dropping in. It was great.
Yeah,
keeps it fresh.
Yeah, I know. And you're the voice of it all, so I congratulate you.
Very grateful to be the voice of it.
And tonight you get to come down here in your hometown.
Next song we're going to bring up a local favorite, our good friend from Philadelphia, Mr. Danny Beissel. Come on up here, Danny.
Get to be the voice. Are you going to do some Joe Walsh?
Joe Vitale was a drummer with Joe Walsh. He did some stuff with the Eagles and Crosby, Stills and Nash, etc. Good guy, played with everybody. So I'm going to sing "Walk Away," Joe Walsh, and "Life's Been Good," and a really beautiful song that was on Hotel California. It's called "Pretty Maids All in a Row."
And I understand he co-wrote that.
He did. He co-wrote it. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure learning it.
Yeah,
I was excited.
Yeah, so you're add something else to your repertoire then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he had to hear it. I live with my brother Pat now and his family, so he had to hear me singing it for. What the hell is that? So now he's got to hear it.
Yeah, but I always get excited when anytime you're in town performing, and people, you got to keep an eye out and go to the Facebook site, Danny. It's always a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure, man. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, my friend.
It's a pleasure, too.
Welcome out here to a great cause. First of all, anytime you're talking about money for raising money for leukemia, I get excited about it and want to do anything I can do to get it out there. Nick Vance over here with me. How are you, my friend?
Good, Tim. It's good to see you, by the way.
Yeah.
It's been some time, but yeah, it's good to see you. And we do stuff like this here for leukemia. This year is with the ALS, the Elia Reynolds Foundation for ALS. But we got a good event going on here tonight.
Yeah, when we're talking about a good event, I mean, because this is not a good event. This is a spectacular event because I'm telling you, and I'll let you introduce. This is Larry.
This is my friend, actually my partner over here in Larry Evans, who's from Austin, Texas, originally Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. But me and Larry got together here, gosh, I don't even know, over 20 years ago, and been back and forth with music. But Larry can explain a little bit more. For tonight, I did this with a good friend of mine, a high school friend of mine, Kevin Burk, who you're going to get with in a little
Yeah. Kevin had been on here many a time, so I figured I'd give you guys some time here. But Larry, this is fantastic. Bringing in, it must be a pleasure just to travel with a legend like this.
Yes, it certainly is. It's a very exciting event for us, and we're looking to make it into a tour next summer.
Yeah, and of course, bringing Joe Vitale down, and I was amazed because I knew that he did the Eagles, but then Joe Walsh, Crosby, Stills, Nash. I think they forgot about telling everybody that he was on the Frampton Live album.
He's worked with everybody, so you name it, from Linda Ronstadt, Bonnie Raitt, John Lennon. He's worked with them.
He's played drums after drums. He's over here signing books and everything, and we're going to grab a little time with him in a little bit. But this is something this is one show. I mean, you guys got others in the works, and if people want to get involved with it and have you put together a show like that, you're doing that as well.
Yes, what we do is we have a site called The Legendary Sessions. thelegendarysessions.com. They can go to that site. Larry usually keeps it updated on various shows or different things we got going on. But this show right here is for drums, which naturally is Joe Vitale and Danny Seraphine. But we got a site. Larry, he's pretty much up to date with it on it.
Our next act coming up here in just a few minutes. I don't know if you've had Danny. It doesn't get any better. Chicago.
Chicago was one of the most phenomenal bands in history. They had a stretch where every record they released went to #1 on the charts.
I'm sitting here, and I'm going to run out of time, and I want to be sure and get this in because we also had a very, very special singer tonight, too. We had a couple of them, Danny Beissel, but, you also had the brother of another Chicago member.
Yeah, that was Kenny Cetera. Actually, it's Peter's brother. Kenny did the last couple albums, I believe. Larry has a little bit of history.
Chicago 17?
Yes, 1984 album, and toured with them, did great.
That's why I said the guy sounds just like him. It was him, though. But it's fantastic. You guys, congratulations, because I know it's been a successful event, and a lot of more, I hope, coming our way.
Yeah, we got a lot coming. Matter of fact, I think the next one we're going to start in 2014. Hopefully, we'll be down in Delaware, Tim, with you.
Well, we're ready for it. We're ready for it. You stay tuned, and we'll tell you about it.
It's good to see you out here. This is really great. These guys are amazing. They know these songs better than I do now. And Patchwork, and they did a really great job. We had a ball practicing today. So we're going to play a bunch of songs that I either wrote or recorded or toured with or who knows what with, but I'm associated with all these tunes and glad to play them for you.
It's not too often I get to stand next to a legend like this. I mean, and I don't want to explode your head and all that, because you've got to be used to it. Joe Vitale, how are you?
I'm fine, and I'm not like that. This is just a great job, and I treat it like a job, but it's a labor of love.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I'm listening to you play, and I'm watching you. You seem like you're having a lot more fun when you're on stage than you're off stage.
It is. It's a lot of fun. I've never lost that energy or the enjoyment of doing it. When you're 16 and the Beatles are on Ed Sullivan, that's one thing, but 40 years, 50 years later, it's really great to still have that energy.
Played with Frampton, you've played with anybody and everybody. I mean, what was your best time? I mean, that you really enjoyed yourself?
I think over the years, I loved every band I played with, but I think the most enjoyable years were with Joe Walsh because we were friends first. We go way back. I've known Joe since 1965, and we went to college together at Kent State, and to get on a stage with him, besides the fact that he's an incredible guitar player, we just share like a history outside of music.
Yeah, I know people don't realize you could being that friend and everything. You've actually co-wrote some songs with Joe.
Yeah, co-wrote a couple of biggies actually. We got lucky and wrote Rocky Mountain Way together and Pretty Maids All in a Row from the Eagles and a bunch of songs on his solo projects. And we get along real well. We still talk all the time
But the different ones that you played with over the years to be able to get involved with the Eagles and to get records put on there, that's very exciting.
It's exciting. I still get thrilled when I hear something on the radio that we're on. I remember the very first record I made, and the first time I heard it on the radio, there was nothing like it. Well, that I still have that feeling. When I hear something on the radio that I played on, I listen to it, I criticize, I critique it, but it's still fun to hear yourself play, and you're glad that you're still on the radio.
I got a chance to meet Danny Seraphine the last time he was in town and talking with him, but I didn't realize, just being a guy that just enjoys music, not being a musician, I'm good. I can play the radio really well, but I was amazed, and I've learned how much the drums are the band.
Oh, that's the first thing with a band. You get a good, tight, solid drummer, and the band already sounds good. So that's a lot of weight on our shoulders, but that's what it is. And when I go hear bands, that's the first thing I hear. When the drummer's really good, the band sounds good.
Because you set the tempo for the whole thing, and you got to give kudos to the guys. I mean, they kept up with you pretty good tonight.
That's right. Those guys were great. That was great.
Real quick, I don't want to get away from it because you got a book out there that people can get a hold of.
I have a book it's about my entire career and most of my life, but it's not all about me. It's about all the people I work with. It's really funny and enjoyable. No dirt. It's just all the fun stuff about rock and roll. And
you have dirt? No.
Everybody's got dirt in all walks of life, but that's not the fun stuff. That's on CNN.
Yeah, but this is kind of like being there and what you experienced as you was going there.
There's a lot of interesting stories, a lot of hilarious stories, especially the Joe Walsh chapters.
Yeah, because I know you've been going at it all night. You got a lot more fans want to see you. I thank you for your time.
Very much. Appreciate talking.
And hopefully see you again.
Yes.
Special guest tonight, I'm telling you, and I was amazed because I didn't know who it was, and I kept telling people, man, this guy's Chicago. Well, you are a big part of Chicago. Can it start? Your brother was there.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yes. Peter was there from the beginning until about 85.
Yeah, and then I understand that you came in on record 17 or something.
Right. Yeah, I recorded on 17, and then I did a subsequent tour with them. And
yeah, but you're right there. You have it down. Now, where you live at?
Right now I'm in the Los Angeles area.
Yeah, so you came out here special for this show here?
I did, just for this show. Yeah.
Great cause here too, right?
Oh, awesome cause, yeah. As a matter of fact, it was really nice because when I was posting it on my Facebook page, friend me on Facebook, it was nice to see a lot of people commenting, you know, that they know somebody has it, and they were responding how, you know, that it was a great cause. So, you know, it feels good to be doing something.
Yeah, and it's always good, you know, and just a great performance. I love the setup here because we're right there personal with you guys, and that's really exciting for a lot of the people here. But, you know, you do this quite a bit. You just mentioned Facebook page. I mean, do you, I guess, get out there and perform? Because with a voice like that, you ain't staying in no closet saying, you know, you're out there. So can you find out information where you're at and everything?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you friend me on Facebook, or if you go out on Facebook, or I have a website, and I have like 3 different bands that I'm playing with in LA, plus I do pickup work with other people and recording sessions and things like this.
Anybody that wants to bring Kenny in, that's what I'm giving you this plug here. Okay? So yeah, so anybody wants to bring Kenny in, go to the website, go to the Facebook page, because that's what you do. And man, you're there. I'm telling you, I can sit and listen to you sing all night long.
Thank you very much. We're going to do some more with Danny. I can't wait. You know, but it was a real pleasure getting to play with Joe Vitale. You know, somebody who's
a legend.
And who played with the legends, people that I listened to growing up all my life and singing along with. And
I just couldn't, because it just keeps going on. The more I find out about him, the more I find out who he played with. Frampton Live, he was on that. You know, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and a lot of it he co-wrote and stuff. You know, so very talented individual
and a sweetheart of a guy too.
Yeah, exactly. You knocked it out. We'll get some of you with Chicago. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you very much.
I'm telling you, we got an exciting night for you. These guys already had an exciting night because we're waiting till the end to do the opening. How are you, Mr. Kevin Burk?
Well, I'm beat, but I can't be half as beat as him. He worked his you-know-what off tonight.
Well, I think everybody did. I tell you, I was standing back here and I was watching this, and when you and Joe Vitale got on the stage, that was probably the best show I ever seen in my life. I mean, fantastic job.
That's quite a compliment.
Yeah.
You know, it was a blast, and the band, Kevin and the band sounded great. They threw some curveballs at me, which I love because it keeps me thinking and stretching and playing. I played songs that, like the ballet, the full ballet, you know, I played, last time I played it was with them. But before that, it was with my old band. So the only time I get to play the full ballet is with Patchwork.
Yeah,
and they do it very well. Tonight was the best night we've ever had together, though.
I'm telling you, you guys were on like I could see that being played in front of 50,000 people. It was that good of a show. I mean, the people that got here and got a chance to see this, you missed it. If you didn't get down here, and this is something you plan on taking this on and keeping it going.
Yeah, man. If these guys are game, we're on the road, man. We can go to Delaware for your home state. That's fine, brother. That's no problem.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Try to get a venue over that way. But Dan, let's talk because a lot of people don't. They know Chicago, but a lot like dummies like me, we turn the radio and play the radio good. But knowing all the different members, you were with Chicago many years.
Yeah, for 23 years, 1967 to 1990.
Yeah, and a fantastic group. I mean, it probably was the best group of its era, no doubt about it. Every time you put it out, something went to #1.
It was a great run, and a lot of great music came from that band. So I'm very proud of that.
And I was telling Joe earlier, because I got a chance to talk to him, and I never realized until the last time I did a show with Danny, and I watched and I thought to myself, I never paid attention. The drums is the band. You really look at it. If them drums ain't right, the band ain't right.
It's the foundation, yeah.
And of course, then you got up there with Joe, and we captured that. That's history, buddy. I'm telling you, that was history right there. But let's talk about, because you got a book out there that's doing very well. We want people, if you haven't had a chance to get it, because it's a very good book.
Thank you. Yeah, it's called Street Player: My Chicago Story. It's my autobiography, and it was written by myself and a writer by the name of Adam Mitchell, who's a great writer. He's the one who made it good. It's my story, but he crafted it like a novel. And people say I can't be objective, but people say it's a real quick, easy read, and they can't put it down. So
and if you're a musician,
interesting stuff in it.
Yeah, and especially with the things that you went through in life and where you have when did you start? Way back, drums. I mean,
I started playing drums when I was 9.
Yeah,
so a long time. I'm 65. So
so a long time playing drums.
Yeah.
But the energy level that you guys were putting tonight, I don't know how you do it.
Well, you got to take care of yourself. Like I was telling somebody, I do yoga, I do Pilates, I have to stretch. I work out, I practice, and I try to eat good. And on the road, that's a little bit hard, but I eat mostly vegetarian, not all. I still eat a little bit of meat here and there for protein, but it's about taking care of yourself at this point. Otherwise, I couldn't do it.
Because you're in great shape. Because I'm sitting there watching it, Kevin, and I'm thinking to myself, there's drummers out here, the young guys, and their jaws are like this. They're just watching it, and that's what I find. As soon as I say and tell different drummers that you're coming to town, they're rushing. You're a legend of the drummers out there.
Thank you.
And I know they're the ones who want to get your book. How's the best way to get? Because I know you got another band out there, California Transit Authority.
Yeah, and we have a new CD out called Sacred Ground, which is really great. It's very much like the original Chicago Blood, Sweat, and Tears, but new material. I think people will really love it. It's and the book, you can get the book or the CD at our website, www.ctatheband.com, or CD Baby, or Amazon MP3, or Amazon, for the book. So there's a few places you can get it. So
and I want you to do me a favor. A friend of mine was supposed to come over and he couldn't make it. He's a die-hard drummer. He hated. Just say hi to Dan Tanza out there for me.
Hey, Dan Tanza. Do you have a TV show?
There you go. But I want to thank you for coming over. You're always a pleasure to talk to, my friend. And lots of luck to you with the book and all that. And I can't wait to see it again, Kevin.
Well, we'll talk about bringing it to Delaware, brother.
Kevin, it wouldn't happen.
That's it. Thank you. Stay tuned. We're going to check out Chicago.